Listen up, man, because I'm about to keep it as straight up as a motherfucking stop sign with y'all. You read the title, right? You have been programmed to be a pawn on the chessboard of life. Yes, so let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. You, me, and every motherfucker that you see has been programmed from the moment that we were born to become pawns on the chessboard of life. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the hell does that even mean, bro? I've never even played chess. I don't even know the rules of this game. But now you're out here telling me that I've been programmed from the moment that I was born to become a pawn on the chessboard of life? Why can't we play checkers? Why can't we play cards? What's going on? Well, relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded, because it's time for you boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that life is a game that can be played, or it can be something that is played by you. Let me say that again. Let it marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let it sink into your psyche, my guy. You can either play the game of life or get played by the game of life. Because at the end of the day, life is a game. Life is a game that you can manipulate to your rules and your worldviews, or it can be a prison where you must adapt to it. So let's break that down. You see, chess is a game of rules, is a game of laws, is a game of regulations, is a game of different tactics. If you've ever played chess, you know what I'm talking about. It's all tactical warfare, basically. It's war on the fucking checkerboard, on the chessboard. And each one of these characters, each one of these pieces has a set parameter of what it can and can't do. A pawn can only move diagonally from this part of the square to the other part of the square, from this position to that position. That's all a pawn can do. You know, a rook can do something different. The horse can do something different, whatever it's called, knight, horse. The queen can do whatever the fuck it wants. You see, that is the position that most people are stuck at in life. They have a parameter of what they can and can't do that they didn't even choose. You have a set foundation of rules, set foundation of regulations, set foundation of what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, what is moral and what is immoral in your mind that has been essentially injected into your psyche from the moment that you were born, and this is causing you so much suffering that you don't even realize. The world has designed you to become a pawn on the chessboard, where you can only move this way and you can only move that way. That you can only do this thing and you can only do that thing. And I'm not just talking about movement. I'm talking about the way you navigate this reality. You've had all your other abilities essentially ripped away from you. Everyone here, every person alive should be able to be like the queen on the chessboard that can move wherever the fuck it wants and however far it wants. It cannot move if it doesn't want to, and it can move all across the board if it wants to. See, that is a very symbolic thing to understand. It's not the king that can move everywhere. The king is very static, but it's the queen, the feminine force. The feminine force, when we analyze it from the lens of consciousness within the yogic traditions, is called Shakti. Shakti is the divine feminine force, and it is the force that is dynamic in life. And I'm just talking about this from a universal perspective. Life in itself is Shakti. The material world is Shakti. It's differentiated. It's alive, it's living, it's dynamic. It goes through cycles of seasons, goes through cycles of birth and death, goes through cycles of change. The masculine principle, Shiva, in the yogic tradition, is the static substratum of reality. And you have both of these forces within you. You have both of these forces residing within your own consciousness. But guess what? You have been stripped from your Shakti so that you remain as a pawn on the chessboard. So you can't be like the queen. You can't navigate reality in a liberated manner. Either your Shakti has been put into a position where it is consuming you and you have no control over it, or it's completely stripped away from you. So let's break that down. Shakti is the divine feminine force that allows you to express your individuated essence. It's what making you different from me. It's what makes you different from everybody else that you see. That is Shakti. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you beautiful. It is you asserting your own will. You asserting your own ideology. You asserting your own perspectives of reality. It's not just being absorbed into this one framework of how everyone should live their lives. This is the force that either is being manipulated in the material world to go against you, or it is a force that is being manipulated in the material world, in the modern world, to be completely stripped away from you, so that you remain either in pure light or pure darkness. You see, what's the difference between pure light and pure darkness? Nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. You go into a room that is illuminating with pure white light, radiant light, you're going to be blind. You go into a room that is pure pitch black darkness, you can't see, you're going to be blind. What's the difference? You're blind either way. And when we're talking about blindness, I'm talking about a spiritual state of blindness, where you are unable to express who you truly are. You're unable to recognize who you truly are. You're unable to see what you actually are beyond the darkness or beyond the lightness. And guess what is on the chessboard? Dark squares and white squares. This is the world that we're living in. It's a fucking chessboard. And it's a chessboard for your consciousness. And until you recognize the rules of how you can bend this game to your own will, you're always going to remain as a pawn. You're always going to remain in this flip-flop of, I should do this, I shouldn't do that. I should do this, I shouldn't do that. Where you start to live your life based off of what people have told you, your friends, your family, society, your churches, your religions, these philosophies, your favorite YouTuber, and you forget who you truly are. You forget your own essence. You forget your own nature. Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? Do you see what I'm saying? This is the reality that we're living in. Most people are not operating and navigating their lives the way that they want. They are stuck in that parameter. Oh, I have to do this because my parents told me that. Oh, I have to do this because my friends think it's cool. Oh, I have to do this on a more grand scale because God said it's right. You don't have your own mind because you don't have your own capacity to think beyond those parameters. You have been programmed in this parameter of how you should live your life, of how you should navigate the world, and it is stripping you from your ability to be like that queen on the chessboard that zooms around off its own will, off its own ideals. There is no rules for the queen. There is no rules for a liberated being. Oh, God damn it, man. You better write that down. That is a bar. There's no rules for the queen, and there's no rules for a liberated being. And when I'm talking about a liberated being, I'm not talking about, you have to be a monk. You have to go live out in the forest. You have to meditate 1,000 hours. I'm talking about one who is beyond good and evil. So let's break that down. This is an ideal, man, what the fuck is this guy driving? It sounds like a fart cannon going on. The ideal of going beyond good and evil is something that is seen in so many cultures in the East, the Aryan culture of the East, but has been more popularized, if you want to call it that, by a German philosopher named Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche has a book literally titled Going Beyond Good and Evil. And this is what we're talking about when we are referring to the idea of you being able to break free from any of these morals, any of these dogmatic ideas of how you should live your life. Because the pawn can succeed being a pawn, but it will never truly be able to access its full potential of becoming that queen. What's the point of you living a productive life as a good member of society and following all the rules, following all the regulation, being a good Christian, being a good Muslim, being a good Jew, being a good religious person, being a good spiritual person, yet doing that, in the process, you lose yourself. You lose who you truly are. You lose your own unique divinity, your individuated divinity, your individuated beauty. What's the point of that? You are always unfulfilled. You always remain in a state of emptiness, that you're lacking something. You feel incomplete because you are just playing a role. You are playing the role of a pawn. And I'm telling you, man, I don't think most people have signed up for a life of becoming a pawn. They've just been programmed to do it. And they don't understand, better yet, understand the concept of this game of life that we're playing. And again, we're talking about this chessboard within your consciousness. And the chessboard within your consciousness, again, is manifested out into the material world. So what happens up in your consciousness is what inevitably is expressed into the external world. Once you understand the keys, the codes to unlock yourself out of this parameter-based ideals of being a pawn on the chessboard, that's when your life actually starts to unfold for you. That's when you actually start living, not just existing. There's a difference between living life and just merely existing in this world. Most people are just existing. And if you ever played chess, you don't give a fuck if you lose your pawns. It's just there. They're just existing. If they help you here and there, cool. You're a cog in the machine. You're a pawn on the chessboard and somebody else is moving you. Because why? You have been sold and told this lie of this is the only way you can move in life. You have been sold and told that this is right in life and this is wrong in life. This is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. And this is not just from your family, it's not just from your friends, it's from every single angle and corner of life. That is confining and constricting the evolution of your consciousness and the expression of who you truly are. If you truly, truly, truly want to understand who you are and live a life where you are truly yourself, you must break free from this dogmatic idea of good and evil, of right and wrong. You must go beyond good and evil. And this is why the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche talked about this ideal, this character, this figure of the Übermensch. This Übermensch figure, which literally means Superman in his German, my bad, is the ideal, the set standard of the liberated being. One who expresses themselves to the max extent, because they don't let little morals, they don't let the rules of the game cause them to shrivel into a pawn. You are a liberated being. You are a king, you are a queen, whatever you want to call it. You have the ability to access Shakti, serpent power, and move across this board however you want. Live the life that liberates you. Pursue what actually gives you fulfillment. But you shrivel into a little pawn because of all the psychological programming that has been injected into you from the moment that you were born. It's like having a lion be told and sold this idea that it's just a house cat. This big ass motherfucking lion that can go shred people apart, that can, cause havoc. It's the king of the jungle. Thinks it's just a house cat. Meow, meow. Instead of fucking lion roar. Ah. It's been sold and told this idea, and that's you. That's me. That's everybody that you see. You've been stripped away from your power. You've been stripped away from your essence. You've been stripped away from recognizing and understanding your dharma. Your dharma, and this is an ancient Aryan term, means your natural essence. It is your true state. It is your true self. You've had that stripped away from you, understanding who you are. And you've had this fake idea plugged into your psyche that this is the right thing to do, that is the wrong thing to do. Even if it goes against your dharma, you are going against your own nature. It doesn't matter because you are following the rules. Imagine again, we take that line and we say, hunting is bad. You need to eat veggies. You must eat veggies. That's the good thing to do. The lion will die, literally die, physically die, because that is not what it is dharmically designed to do. A lion is meant to hunt. A lion is meant to kill. A lion is a predator. A lion doesn't graze on the grass like a cow. And a cow doesn't go hunt in the jungle like a lion. Everything has its own rules. Everything has its own parameters. Everything has its own dharma. But we are living in a society, living in a world where everybody is essentially been programmed to be pawns. Some people, dharmically, they are meant to be pawns. They're meant to live in that parameter. And that's totally fine. But not everybody. Not every single person. Some people are meant to be in this culture, in this society, and follow the rules, and they have a beautiful life from doing so. And that's great. That's great. That's amazing. And I wish them the best. But that's not for me. And that's most likely not for you. To live this mechanical life where you can only move on this square and then move back on that square, move up on this square, and then you have to move back on that square. That's not for everyone. You don't find fulfillment in that. You still feel empty within that. You're not able to express yourself. Everyone has the capacity to be themselves, but very few people are willing to express it. Because first of all, they don't even know what the self is. They don't even know their true nature. They don't even know their dharma. But also on top of that, they don't have the balls to express themselves. They don't have the balls to pursue their dharma, even if they figured it out. Even if they understand who they are, they don't have the balls to actually express it. To let it be known, to let it be shown that this is me. This is what I do. This is the game that I want to play. I don't want to play soccer. I don't want to play chess. I want to play basketball. And that's you leaving the chessboard. That's the queen going completely off the chessboard. And now when you're off the chessboard, you can't be contained by the rules and regulations of chess because you're not playing chess anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? Hopefully this analogy is making sense. You move off the chessboard. Because you realize I'm not even meant to play chess. I never came here to play chess. I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play by the rules of society. I don't want to play by these parameters. I want to pursue this instead. And if that fucking gets people mad, then so be it. If the lion understands, I'm not meant to be a fucking vegetarian. I want to go fucking hunt. And if that pisses people off, because I'm killing and I'm being a predator, but I'm following my nature, then so fucking be it. Come after me, bro. Come kill me now. And I'm not saying for you to go to that extreme and, I like welcome death. But you should be willing to pursue your dharma over everything in life. Because that is who you are. What's the point of going through this life if you are always putting on a mask? You're always playing a game that you even like. Imagine living a life eating the same food every single day that you hate. But people told you and have sold you this idea of this is the right thing to eat. This is the right thing to do. This is the right thing to put into your body. Yet naturally you fucking hate it. And also on top of that, it is deteriorating you. Again, take the lion. Give him all the veggies. You keep saying, oh man, it's good, it's good, it's good. It's not even, it can't even do it. Look at its teeth. It's not meant to eat fucking grass. Yet it is forced to do it because it's in this box. It's in this hive mind. It's in this constricting environment for its consciousness, making it think that, yeah, this is the right thing to do. Everyone else is doing it. And it deteriorates physically. But on the consciousness level for the human being that we're talking about in this example, you deteriorate on a different type of way. You might deteriorate physically as well. You might deteriorate mentally as well, but you most importantly deteriorate spiritually. You deteriorate from the soul, from within. And you live a meaningless, mediocre life where you're the pawn in the chessboard just moving back and forth. When in reality, what you really wanted to do was play a totally different game. Was to play cards. Was to play chess. Was to play Connect 4. Was to play Call of Duty. I don't fucking know. I don't know what game that you're brought here to play. That is your dharma. But it is your job to pursue it. Not for me, for yourself. And simply for yourself. That is it. Even if it pisses other people off. Even if it causes conflict. You must pursue your dharma if you are somebody who is truly, truly looking for a life that is worth living. If you're sick and tired of being stuck on the chessboard and just merely existing in life, you gotta grow a pair of nuts and flip the fucking chessboard over. And the way you do that is to break free from the parameters that is causing your consciousness to stay stuck in that game. There are certain ties, certain karmas, you want to call it that is keeping you basically chained to the chessboard. You're addicted to the chessboard, even though you hate it. Even though you hate it. You're addicted to being a slave. A slave to your senses, a slave to society, a slave to the matrix. You're addicted to it because that's all you know. That's all you've been sold. That's all you've been told from the moment you were born. It's comfortable for you to be on the chessboard, even though you don't truly want to be there. You're not willing to break free from that. You're not willing to break free from the compulsions that keep you strapped down as a pawn in the chessboard. Because those little moves you make on the chessboard give you a little dopamine, give you a nice little feeling of, wow, I have some meaning in my life. And let's take it for real life examples. Let's just not keep talking about chess. You know what I'm saying? You know that you are a slave to the senses. You know that you don't want to be in this position. You know that you essentially don't like the way you're existing within this incarnation. Yet you continually try to escape from it rather than actually liberating yourself from it. You are living in this mechanical life, this mechanical matrix, merely just existing every single day in your life, and you're coming back home, whether it's from work, whether it's from some other occupation, whether it's from school, and you're simply just trying to forget. You're simply just trying to unplug your consciousness from this understanding that you are living an empty, meaningful, or meaningless, life. How do you do that? You do it through chasing dopamine. To give you a nice high, a nice hit to forget. Whether it's through drugs, whether it's through alcohol, whether it's through sex, whether it's through porn, whether it's through junk food. None of these things are bad. None of these things are evil. But when they have become your escape mechanism, your coping mechanism for the fact that you are stuck on the chessboard and for the fact that you're a pawn on that chessboard, that's when it starts to rule you. That's when it starts to become a huge hindrance for you to finally break free out of that game. Because those things keep you stuck in the game. You're not actually progressing for your escape route out of it. It is a temporary relief from the game. Second of 5-minute pause from the game. But you wake up from that pause and you're still playing the game. The only way for you to get out of the game is to break the chains that is keeping your consciousness stuck in those planes. God damn it, man. That's a bar. Write it down, motherfucker. Those compulsions must be overcome. And there's compulsions that come from many different angles, many different perspectives. It's not just pleasure. It's multiple different compulsions. And each plane of consciousness has its own compulsion. And when we're talking about the planes of consciousness, what I like to do, what I teach, what I preach is from the teachings and the ancient understandings of Tantric Yoga, which uses the chakra system. The chakra system is not just random balls floating around in your spine. This is the anatomical map of consciousness. It's literal anatomy of your consciousness that sits along the spine. Your spine is the central axis of consciousness. It is the nervous system. And every single plane within your spine in the chakra system associates with a different realm of reality. They're like sunglasses. Each pair of sunglasses has a different color to it, different tint to it. When you put on these pair of sunglasses that are red, everything turns red. And then you alter the way you view reality. You alter your mood, you alter your emotions, and within each one of those realms, there is something that keeps you stuck there. Unable to shift into the next one. Unable to move beyond it. So all your life is based around that. Most people, the majority of people, are stuck within the lower 3 realms, where you're either only focused on survival, only focused on sensuality, pleasure, or only focused on status. This is the modern world. They are stuck in those planes of consciousness. And in the time and day that we are living in right now, it is called Kali Yuga in the yogic traditions, where time goes in cycles. It doesn't go linearly. The cycle that we're living in right now is the Kali Yuga, where basically your consciousness spawns in the lower aspects of the spine, spawns in the lower sunglasses, spawns in the lower chakras. That is the starting point for every single individual here. It doesn't mean that you have to remain there. It doesn't mean that that area is bad, but when it is constricting your evolution, constricting your ability to understand who you are, and it keeps you stuck in simply pursuing survival, simply pursuing sensuality, simply just pursuing status, you don't recognize your dharma, because you are not just the body. All those things are simply just for the physical. You are not just the mind. You are not just the spirit. You are the self, which is all 3 of them. So in order for you to understand who you are and what you've been designed to do, what is your dharma, you must explore each plane. You must go through each one of them. You must overcome the compulsions that keep you stuck in each one of them to recognize your true self. And once you recognize your true self, it's like having the blueprint of your dharma. Now once you have the blueprint, you can build off of it. You don't know what to build. And somebody has told you this is what you're meant to build, aka made you a pawn on the chessboard. You're playing as a cog in the machine of somebody else's game. You're upholding their dream. You're not pursuing your own dream, aka your own dharma. And this leads to a life of dissatisfaction, a life that is incomplete, a life that leaves you unsatisfied, unfulfilled. Yeah, you might have all this survival, you might have all this sensuality, you might have all this status, but that doesn't feed the self. You need the things that feed your soul, the things that feed your mind. They want you to just feed your body because they want you to be a slave to your body. They want you to make you think that all you are is just a physical body. So they can use your physical body to uphold their dharma, uphold their agenda. You just keep moving back and forth on those little squares on the chessboard. And what keeps you there, again, is the compulsions that cement your consciousness to those lower planes. Again, the lower planes are not bad. Every single plane of consciousness not only has a compulsion, a poison that keeps you stuck there, but also holds a piece of the puzzle of understanding who you are. You must go through each plane, each realm, each stage of consciousness along the spine to collect all these aspects of who you are. You gotta catch them all like you fucking playing Pokemon. Like you Thanos getting all the Infinity Stones. Once you got all the Infinity Stones, you put them together and it paints out the picture, paints out the puzzle of your Dharma, of who you are. You recognize, you realize what the self is. And this is a process that has been broken down for us by the ancient sages of the East, the Tantric yogis, the Aryan tradition. They broke it down to a science. And this science is referred to as the right-hand path of self-mastery, aka Dakshinashara. This is the journey of overcoming the compulsions that keep your consciousness stuck in those lower states and stuck as a pawn on the chessboard. You're reclaiming back your Shakti. You have the ability to be a queen, but the thing that is differing a pawn from the queen in this case is your ability to not be compelled by these forces within each plane of consciousness. When you are liberated from these forces, there is no parameter, there is no rules, there is no regulations. You are a liberated being. You are liberated. You're not stuck chasing survival, sex, and status. You're not stuck trying to uphold these morals. You're not stuck in this cyclical loop that the world wants to keep you stuck in. You understand who you are. You understand your dharmic blueprint, and now you have the balls to go pursue it, because you know that is natural to you. That is like when the lion recognizes itself as a lion. All the compulsions were the things that made him believe that all he was is that house cat. These compulsions make you believe that all you are is just a body. That all you're brought here to do is simply just satisfy the senses. And that this script society has laid out for you is the end-all be-all to help you get to that point. You see what I'm saying? This is the journey. The right-hand path is the journey to overcome those compulsions. You master the self in order to realize the self. The self, again, is not the body, not the mind, nor the soul. You can get stuck in the soul, you can get stuck in the body, and you can get stuck in the mind. In this cycle of time that we're living in this yuga, it is the body, the physical, the material, that is binding you. That's where you start, and that's what you must overcome. And we overcome that through practices and austerities of renunciation, where we are not giving up things that we are addicted to just for the sake of saying, oh man, I'm on fucking 100 days of no fap. Oh man, I'm fucking 500 days on my semen retention streak. Oh man, now I pray every day. Now I do this, and I'm becoming more spiritual. We're not doing it for the vanity metrics. We're doing it to overcome those compulsions. Because once you have liberated yourself from those compulsions, you can play that game with no parameters. You're not stuck playing that game. You can go play chess if you want, and then leave the fucking game to go to another plane and play that game. You play the games that you want in life. You're not stuck and chained to it. Do you see what I'm saying? You've been programmed to be stuck as a pawn on the chessboard. Not even a queen, but a pawn. And once you unlock all these things, once you liberate yourself through walking the right-hand path, by walking up the spine, climbing up the spine, which is a metaphor for your consciousness. The mountain is the spine, and the journey is the hike up to the summit. Now you can play any game in any way that you want, that fulfills you, that allows you to be who you are. And that's all you've been looking for in life, is to be you. Simply just be. Simply just pursue and embody your Dharma. Because no amount of cars, no amount of clothes, no amount of money, no amount of hoes is ever going to fulfill the self. And you can be succeeding in all the other aspects of life. If you are still empty in one of those aspects of the self, whether it be the mind, the body, or the soul, you're always going to feel incomplete. And that feeling of being incomplete keeps you on the chessboard, keeps you in these coping mechanisms, keeps you in this cycle, keeps you in this system. This is the journey of overcoming all this shit. The right-hand path, and this is what we talk about over here on this channel, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping you out of games so you guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? This is what we talk about over on the main channel. Yes, sir, you heard what I said, my main channel, because this right here, the Philosopher Files, is my second channel. Some of y'all don't even know that. Some of y'all, maybe this is the first time you ever watched one of my videos. Yes, we do got a main channel as well. This is my second channel where, again, we're out here in the field, literally in the flesh, out here in nature. No cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome. This is what type of content that we cook up over here on this channel. So if you enjoy that, if you enjoy the raw, unfiltered, uncut takes about the pursuit of Dharma, that's what we cooking up over here, my guy. Like we basically having a podcast together, where I'm just yapping out here. Like we're on a FaceTime, one-on-one, mano-y-mano. This is the type of content that we cook up over here on this channel, aka the Philosopher Files, aka my second channel. But there is also another side of the coin where we are still talking about these same topics, discussing these same type of ideas, discussions about the pursuit of Dharma and uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery over on the main channel, The Philosopher. Not the Philosopher Files, The Philosopher. So if you have not tapped in with the main channel yet, man, you are missing out, my guy. Check the link posted in the description box down below to tap in with the main channel. Just click that link, subscribe, get up on some games. You're out here looking like a lame, because I'm telling you, man, every time you tap into a main channel video, you basically better be ready to watch a movie, to tap in and tune in to a motherfucking movie, because I'm telling you, every one of those videos, every one of these movies is going to put you through a cinematic experience, my guy, because we do all of our content nice, clean, cut, scripted, with all the visuals, with all the cinematics, the audio, all that good stuff, man. So if you have not tapped into the main channel yet, I'm telling you, you're missing out, because maybe you enjoy the main channel more than this channel. Maybe you enjoy this channel more than the main channel. Maybe you just like the best of both worlds as it comes to this idea of discussing the pursuit of Dharma. And that's what we do around here. So definitely tap into the main channel. You ain't gonna know which one you like better, or if you just want best of both worlds, until you know, motherfucker. Again, description box down below. Run it up, subscribe, get up on some games. So you're out here looking like a lame. You dig what I'm saying? But also, underneath the link to my main channel in the description box, you'll find a link to my Instagram. If you ever want to connect, if you ever want to talk about these topics, if you ever want to chop it up about these different types of concepts, my DMs are always open on Instagram. Do not be shy. Shoot your boy a shot. Slide in the DMs. Not like that, though, man. Not like that, though. I don't roll like that. That ain't dharmic for me. That ain't dharmic for me. But if you just want to talk about these things, you know, connect with your boy. Do not be shy. Shoot your boy a shot. My DMs are always open right there for you. Again, description box down below. You'll see a link to my main channel as well as my Instagram. Follow me on there. Connect with me on there. Get up on all the game that we posting over on that platform as well. Description box down below. Don't miss out, my guy. But like I was saying, all this stuff that we talk about here on this channel, over on the main channel, The Philosopher, over on the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, we gotta take a quick pause right here, right now, for the fucking private Patreon community. Look, bro, most people have already clicked off this video. Most people cannot handle the way I talk. Most people cannot grasp these higher level concepts that we break down over here. But if you're still watching this video, there is a clear sign, that is a clear sign, that you are what I like to call a spiritual savage. You are sick and tired of being sick and tired within the cycle of being a pawn in the chessboard, and you recognize that this is not a life worth living. I've never even been alive. I'm merely just existing as a pawn in the chessboard. But you have the balls, you have the brains to do what it takes to pursue your Dharma, to recognize your Dharma, to identify it first, then express it to the fullest extent. You understand, you know what I'm saying is the truth. That you can have all the pleasure that you want by moving up and down the positions on the chessboard of life, yet still remain incomplete, yet still remain unfulfilled, yet still remain unsatisfied. Until you recognize who you truly are and embody that to the fullest extent. You're sick and tired of being in that cycle. Let's keep it a buck here, man. You would have already clicked off this video if that's not the case. You are what I like to call a spiritual savage. Somebody who is willing to do what it takes to walk the right hand. Because this ain't all sunshines and motherfucking rainbows over here. You are going through a process of overcoming compulsions. You're going through a process of deconstructing yourself from the inside out. And that ain't easy. But it is the price that must be paid for you to walk the path that you've been designed to pursue. If you are still watching this video, that is a clear sign you're one of those individuals. And if you think that you're one of those individuals, a real spiritual savage, a real deal spiritual aspirant, you're devoted to this path of identifying your Dharma to pursue it to the fullest extent, I'm gonna need you to do me a quick favor right now. Find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your phone. I don't care if it's in somebody else's car window. Stare into that window, make them uncomfortable, do what you gotta do. And take a good, hard look in that mirror for me. Come on now, man, I'll wait. I can wait all day. I can wait all day, motherfucker. Because I need you to really, really, really analyze that man that's staring right into your eyes and right into your soul when you look into that mirror. Really let that marinate into your mind. Let it sink into your psyche. Get a nice click-clack Kodak moment. Get a nice mental picture going on within your psyche. Because you're doing that, man, not me. You're doing that motherfucker that's staring right into your eyes and right into your soul when you look into that mirror. You're doing him a huge motherfucking disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community yet if you consider yourself someone who is a spiritual savage. Because I'm telling you, man, if you enjoy the content that we're cooking up over here on this channel, you enjoy the content that we're cooking up over on the main channel, your mind is going to be blown with the type of content that we are cooking up over on the private Patreon community. Because I'm telling you, man, we are truly, truly uncovering this esoteric science to a level, this esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen over on the Patreon community, man. I'm talking about exclusive videos that you ain't gonna find on this channel. You ain't gonna find on the main channel. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna find it anywhere else on the internet. This is some real deal gang, real deal sauce for your motherfucking brain to help you elevate on every single plane of consciousness. You dig what I'm saying? So look, if you enjoy the stuff that we're cooking up over here, man, your mind, I'm telling you, man, is gonna be blown with what we dropping over on the private Patreon community. Because not only do you get access to all this treasure trove of exclusive videos by joining up as a member of the private Patreon community, but also access to all of our full guides, all of our in-depth occult lectures, all of our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard me right, motherfucker. Not the Philosopher's Circle. I'm talking about the motherfucking Philosopher's Circle, aka our private inner circle community, where you'll be joined into our private group chat, where you'll be surrounded with other like-minded men who are walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you. Other spiritual savages, other people who are on this path of discovering their Dharma to be able to fully express it to the highest extent, to where they can live a life that is liberating to them, to where they can become who they've always meant to be, to the point where they are living in a state of self-realization, where they are fulfilled, where they know who they are, and they do not let anything else deter them from recognizing it. This is not an easy path, but hey, man, it is a path worth taking for those who truly want to live life instead of merely just exist in it, instead of just being a pawn on the chessboard, but rather play the game of life that they want to play. Again, like we said in the beginning of this video, you can either play the game of life or get played by the game of life. And this is the differentiation between a person who is pursuing their dharma and a person who is oblivious to their dharma. One gets played by the game of life, the other plays the game of life to their rules. And this is what we talk about over here on the Philosopher's Circle in the private Patreon community, because this is a place where you'll be surrounded with other like-minded individuals who are going to hold you accountable to you on your path to get up to the summit, to recognize your dharma. They want to see you elevate. We all want to see you liberate a part of this community, man. And this ain't just a regular group chat. This is also where we host our bi-weekly Mastermind Live calls. Just so you heard what I've said. Bi-weekly Mastermind Live calls where you hop on a live call with me, as well as this community of like-minded men who are also walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you. Because again, everybody's walking up the quote-unquote same mountain. It's all the same. But we're all walking up our own mountain. You dig what I'm saying? We're all using the same tools to overcome the obstacles. Imagine we're hiking up a mountain and you run into an obstacle. You have the hammer. Some people might chip into it. Some people might hack into it. We're still using the same tool. This obstacle might be bigger for you on the route. It might be smaller for me, but the next one might be smaller for you and bigger for me. You might start off on this side of the mountain. I might start off on that side of the mountain. At the end of the day, we're walking up the same mountain, even though it might be expressed in a different manner, but also still aiming towards the same summit of self-realization. And this is the community that is centered and focused around that. So if you're someone who's truly serious about the ascension and evolution of your consciousness to recognize your dharma through the esoteric science of self-mastery, through the right-hand path to self-mastery, aka Dakshinashara, I'm telling you, man, the Philosopher's Circle is the place for you, my guy, because you've all heard the saying that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around most with. If you hang around with 5 pawns on the chessboard, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be the 6th fucking pawn on the chessboard. But if you hang around with a group, a community, a brotherhood of spiritual savages, guess what? You're going to be the next spiritual savage that is pursuing their dharma by dissolving their karmas first. So look, man, if you want to take it to the next level, I'm telling you, man, the Philosopher's Circle is a place to be. I can guarantee you that. But if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video, not the description box. That's where you'll find the link to my main channel, The Philosopher, and my Instagram in the description box. Again, go make sure you go run those up too as well. But for those who are really ready to take it up to another notch when it comes to this right-hand path to self-mastery, you can find this comment, this link posted in the first comment of the comment section. It's pinned up by me. Click that link. You'll be forwarded to our page. From there, you can join up as a member of the private Patreon community, as well as check out the other services I provide, such as application forms for my personalized coaching program. Because if you're someone who's truly, truly, truly serious about this, about using the esoteric science of self-mastery to dissolve the karmic ties, dissolve the compulsions that is keeping you stuck on the chessboard, keeping you stuck as a pawn, keeping you stuck as a mere cog in the machine, and you're ready to fully break free, this is the coaching program that has been designed for you. If you're looking to work with me one-on-one, mano-a-mano, to help guide you up this mountain of self-mastery, of dissolving your karmas, to discover your dharma, discover who you truly are, using this esoteric science of self-mastery and curating it personally for you and your path, this is what this coaching program is all about. Because I gotta make it known, I don't know your dharma. Nobody knows your dharma but you. But what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve your karmas. And your dharma is like the sun. The sun was fucking out like 30 minutes ago. Now I can't even fucking see it, but I know it's right there. It's right there. It's covered up right now by clouds. Your dharma is in your higher states of consciousness. Not even your higher states of consciousness. It is at the point where you unlock every state of consciousness. That's where it is revealed. But what is the things that is covering up your ability to do that? Not clouds, not rain, not snow. In this case, when we're talking about the sun, but the clouds in this case is your karmas. And this is a science that I'm breaking down over here of how in the coaching program about how you can dissolve those karmas. I'm not going to know what your dharma is, but what I do know for damn sure is how to lead you to it by dissolving your karmas. So if you're someone who's truly ready to take your life to the next level, to actually start living instead of merely just existing, you're sick and tired of being a pawn in the chessboard, you're sick and tired of being played by the game of life instead of you playing the game of life that you want to play, this is the coaching program for you. Shoot your boy an application and we'll see if your entry meets the qualifications and criteria for the program itself by clicking the link again, posted in the pinned comment of this video. But also, if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with to help you get back on the right track towards the pursuit of your dharma, that's what we got our consultation calls for too as well. The booking link can be found within the pinned comment of this video. Just click that link again, man. You'll be forwarded to our page. From there, you can pick and choose whether it's join up into the Philosopher's Circle, applying to the coaching program, booking a one-on-one consultation call. You can book it. You can pick and choose which one of those services best suits you. But like I was saying, man, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel, all the stuff that we talk about over on the main channel, all the stuff that we talk about, especially within the private Patreon community and especially within my coaching program, is centered and revolves around the ancient science of this right-hand path, aka Dakshina Shara. I'm not making this shit up, I promise you. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not that smart. If you thought I was that smart, I appreciate it, but no, low-key, no. That's not the case. What I'm doing, what my dharma is, what my destiny is, what my duty is to revive the teachings of dharma. To reignite it within the modern world. So that the modern day man, like me, like you, can apply these teachings that the Aryan sages of the past broke down for us within the tantric sciences of Dakshina Shara. So we can take that and apply it to our lives. What I'm doing is just breaking it down like a motherfucking brick for y'all, make it more palatable, make it more practical for you, the modern day man, to apply into your life. So don't think I'm making this shit up, that I just fucking invented a new science. Now, this is a perennial science. This has always been there and will always be there. I'm just like one of those archaeologists knocking the dust off this bitch. Knocking the dust off of Dakshina Shara. Making it more prevalent in the modern times. So, if you are still watching this video, I need you to recognize that. I need you to recognize that. The Dharma is speaking through me and to you. This is what I'm devoted to. This is what I am dedicated to revive this ancient knowledge, to reignite this spark of the Aryan tradition in the modern day world. This is my dharma. This is what I'm devoted to. Hopefully you guys can see the passion that I bring into each one of these videos. Hopefully you guys can feel it through the motherfucking screen. But what if you had something that you love that much? It might not be expressed in this manner, this way, but it's what I live for. This is a game that I want to play. You have that too. You have the ability to recognize your dharma. And the fact is, you still watching this video shows you, should show you, the only signs that you need left. That this could be your incarnation. This incarnation that you have right now. To punch in your one-way ticket to liberation. Because most people, again, would have clicked off this video. But you still staying here is a clear sign that you resonate with the message. Focus on the message. Again, the Dharma is speaking through me and to you. Yes, maybe the way I spin it, the way I break it down, finally makes it click within your consciousness, but focus on the message. Forget about the messenger. You didn't just listen to me yap out here for an hour straight just because I'm entertaining or I look good. No, it's because the message resonates with you. And that is a clear sign that it's time to walk the right hand. You've been fed up being a pawn in the chessboard. You've been fed up with being a mere cog in the machine. You've been fed up by living for the rules of everybody else and forgetting your own essence throughout the entire time. In order for you to remember who you truly are, you must be willing to pay the price and walk the right hand. It ain't easy, it ain't all sunshines and rainbows, but goddamn it, man, what else do you got to do in life? You're sleepwalking. You're like a zombie right now. You're just existing. You're a pawn on the chessboard. But you have the ability to unlock yourself out of this constricting environment. Unlock your consciousness out of this state and flip the chessboard over and go play something else that you want. And come back to the chessboard if you want. But now when you come back to the chessboard, you're playing like a queen. You've unlocked the ability to be liberated. This could be your time to do so. And if you're still watching this, I don't know how, I don't know why. You let me know in the comment section down below. Matter of fact, I don't really care, to be honest with you. You've been put in a position, maybe in the past lives, you dissolve some of your karmas that put you in a better spot in this incarnation to receive the message of Dharma, to wake you up from this reality, to get you out of the chessboard. But whatever you did, this is a clear sign that it's time for you to not waste this incarnation on another spin, on another cycle of degeneration. You would have clicked off this video by now. That wasn't the case. Because first off, man, let's keep it a buck. I always say this. The people that watch this channel in specific, the Philosopher Files, aka my second channel, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out at games so you guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? No cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome. Most people can't watch a video for this long. You're in the 1% of the population that is not suffering from brain rot. You guys who watch these videos are more psychologically and spiritually more mature than the masses. Am I saying that you're better than anyone by watching this channel? Am I saying that you're a chosen one because you watch this channel? No, this ain't no new age spiritual nonsense. What I'm saying is a fact. Most people can't watch a video for this long, and you add on top of that the density of what topics we discuss over here, that's going right over their heads. So if you're still here watching this, you're still here listening to this, this is a clear sign that this could be your time, that you resonate with the message of Dharma, to go pursue your Dharma, to identify your Dharma. Again, the only way for you to discover your Dharma is first to dissolve your karma. The only way for you to see the sun is to remove the clouds. It ain't something easy, but there is a science to it. It's what we break down. But you just listening to me talk about it ain't enough. You can watch the next video, the next video, the next video, and that's great. You get the knowledge, but the knowledge sits up in your head. That's great understanding, but I need you to turn that understanding to understanding. I need you to go from the head to the heart. The only way you'll make that transition is through first-hand experience. I can't walk up the right hand for you. I can't hold your fucking hand. I'm walking up my own mountain. I might be a couple steps ahead to help streamline your path, but nobody's going to come fucking save you. If you want off this chessboard, if you want to stop being a pawn, you got to master yourself. It's called self-mastery for a reason. Jesus ain't coming to fucking save you. Jesus take the wheel, that ain't going to fucking work here. Wake up, smell the motherfucking coffee. Welcome to reality. Again, you're comfortable on the chessboard. You're comfortable as a pawn. It's what you've been sold and told your entire life. So you walking up this path is going against the grain of everything that you've been told that you are and everything the society and everyone else around you is doing. And by no means is this an easy task. But for those who got the balls, that's why I say you got to be a spiritual savage to walk this path. What awaits you is far, far, far more valuable than the comfort, the fake sense of comfort that you've been living in right now. To know yourself, to express yourself, to embody yourself is a level and gift from the gods that cannot be replaced. But it takes willpower, the will to power, the balls to do it. It takes action. You can't just listen to me talk about it. Because, you know, self-improvement people, they watch video after video after video, read self-help book after self-help book after self-help book, yet never apply the knowledge, they're called mental masturbators. But I'm calling you, yes, you motherfucker, if you're just gonna binge my content, not actually apply this stuff, a spiritual masturbator. That's what I'm gonna call you. It's cool to have the knowledge, the understanding, but turn that knowledge into gnosis. Turn that understanding into understanding through first-hand experience. And you might be wondering, okay, man, well, how the fuck do I do it? What do I got to do first? Well, this is what we talk about again on this channel, over on the main channel. And if you need any deeper guidance, guidelines, practices, techniques, actually uncovering the science on another level, this is what the private Patreon community is for. Actual detailed advice for those who are really about this life. That's a bar, write it down. That's what we got the coaching program for, where it's one-on-one, where we can discuss what needs to be done. Oh man, that's another bar, write it down. For you to actually access the understanding of your Dharma. So there is no excuse. You have all the content on this channel. You have all the content on the main channel. You have the private Patreon community right there for you. We can hop in the Philosopher's Circle too, where we talk about this. You got the coaching program for you that you can apply to for those who really are looking to get direct guidance on how you can make this happen. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. Pin comment down below if you're ready to elevate. If you're ready to ascend and evolve, that's what we got the cook-up for on the private Patreon community. That's what we got the cook-up for on the coaching program. You have no excuse to remain on the chessboard even though you know you no longer want to be a part of it. Now you know, and you've probably known your entire life, but I just broke it down for you to make it more practical maybe. You've already probably thought this, but now you also know there is a science, there is a method, there is a path, there is a journey to break you free. You got the balls to do what it takes to follow it? Or are you just going to remain stuck in this little cycle? Stuck in this little facade, this fantasy of, oh man, if I do this and if I do that, I'll be happy, I'll be fulfilled. You don't even know who you are. What are you talking about fulfillment? Oh, if I just follow these rules, oh, if I follow these morals, then I'm going to be a happy man. The lion knows what it wants because a lion knows itself. You are this lion who has been told and sold you're the house cat. And until you break free from the limiting beliefs that are stuck and injected within your consciousness, that are keeping you stuck in these compulsions, until you break free from that, you will always remain as a bitch to the system, as a pawn on the chessboard, and as a mere cog in the machine. And this is not just the first time you've done that. Many incarnations and many future incarnations could be stuck in that cycle. So you don't want to waste this one, or you get this message of Dharma. You don't want to mess this up. You don't want to blow the bag. You don't want to fumble when the philosopher is here within this incarnation with you to help guide you out of this, to back to your liberated state, back to your aligned state. You don't want to mess it up. Because who knows, man, maybe your next incarnation, you never tap into a philosopher video. You never tap into the Dharma. It's up to you, bro. Little sense of urgency. Light a fire under your ass. The world around you, society as a whole, this system has programmed you to become a pawn on the chessboard of life. Will you remain in that state? Will you just accept that? Or will you finally say, fuck it. I don't even want to play chess. I want to play a whole nother game. Let me flip this bitch over. The way you flip that bitch over is by undoing all the ties that keeps you bound to that game. And this is what we call the journey of self-mastery. Hopefully I can see you at the top of this summit where you realize yourself. Because goddamn it, motherfucker, I know I'm good at making up that bitch. I'm pursuing, discovering my Dharma, or dying trying in the process. Hopefully you got the balls to do what it takes as the same way. Because hey man, do you want to be a king of your life? Do you want to be played by the game of life? Or do you finally want to play the game of life? Your game of life. It's a total difference. And the only thing that differentiates in between these two is the man who pursues his dharma. It's Benny Boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out at games. You guys can make these gains and out of here. Peace.